Hey, this is Sam here from kitchengadgetsclub.com and also the voice behind the popular Kitchen Gadgets podcast, Magic with Gadgets. I have a really big sweet tooth and I absolutely love making cakes in my air fryer. So I just knew for one of the days for showing you the Ninja Foodi 15IN1 that I should do something sweet for you to make. So we're doing lemon drizzle loaves and they're just brilliant because we're cooking them on the steam bake setting and I just can't believe how quick they are compared to doing them in a regular air fryer. So let's get started, shall we? So let's start by melting the butter. So I've got my rack out and I'm going to put it into a lower position, and this is the same position that I'm going to use for actually cooking the lemon drizzle loaves as well. So have it like that. Pop it in, and then I've already weighed out the butter. Pop the butter in. So let's start by melting the butter. So for melting butter, you're looking for the bake setting and you want to take it all the way down to 120 Celsius, which is 250 Fahrenheit, and then a cooking time of 4 minutes, and then press start. We've baked. So I never get bored of showing off melted butter using the bake setting of your multi-cookers, though of course you can do the same with the air fryers, because many air fryers will also go down to as low as 120 Celsius, so it's perfect for that. So I'm doing this element first just because you want the melted butter to have time to cool down a bit before you add it to your other lemon drizzle cake ingredients. Rather than doing it as you actually need it. So now you can focus your time on getting your ingredients ready and getting going with it. So I'm just going to get it out the cooking pot and then we can start mixing everything together. So grab your butter and then you can grab it out like that and put it to one side. So you want to start off with your yoghurt in the bowl, and we're going to start by adding in the wet ingredients, and then we can finish off with the sugar and the flour. I always add the flour last, and then you can finish mixing it with the wooden spoon like you normally would. So got the yoghurt in. Extra virgin olive oil is amazing in cakes, and I'm just going to use this to measure out some olive oil. So there's the olive oil. A little bit of vanilla, depending on how much of it you like. Next, add in a couple of eggs. Then let's get out the zester. So I recommend using the juice and the zest from about 4 lemons, but it depends on how big they are, the ones that you're using. You might need more or you might use less. And then continue until you've got as much zest out as you want. And then once you're done, just grab a spoon and grab the last bits that are stuck to the bottom of it. And then we've got a good amount of zest there. The biggest bit of hard work in this recipe is doing the zesting. So once you've done that, you can celebrate and think, I just need the juice from these lemons now. So pop the lemons on a chopping board. You can half or quarter them, whichever's easiest for you. These lemons are looking a bit bold now. 4 lemons. And then you don't want to get the seeds in, so if there's a lot of seeds in them, just remove them beforehand. See, I'm getting loads of seeds in here. You can use your own lemon squeezer, or just make sure that when you're putting them in that you're not getting any pips in the actual bowl. So I've got this lemon squeezer that I've just bought. I'm impressed. I could never do it that quick myself. So press down and squeeze the juice out of your lemons, and then continue until they're all done. I've got quite a lot here, so I'm just going to move this bit of the lemon juice in so that I don't spill it, but oh, look at that. There's now lots of lemon juice there. Right, back we go again. Not got many left now. Right, there you go. A bit more lemon juice there. And then pop that in as well. And as you can see, quite a lot of pips in those. And in case you're wondering where I got this from, there's a story behind that. I'm a Facebook marketplace shopaholic, and I'm always finding something on there that I didn't know I needed, and then it just kind of comes up in my feed, and before I know it, I'm getting Dom to drive me to some random address that I've not been to before, and you can never find, and you spend ages on Google Maps trying to figure it out, and then you finally get there. Well, this lady had lots of things in job lots for a £5, and this lemon squeezer was one of them, and I just thought it looks gorgeous as well, so I had to have it. I couldn't walk away without it. So that's where mine came from. So it's probably years and years old by the look of the other things I got. The kids say that the best thing I got from that job lot was I got them dominoes, and I taught them how to play dominoes, so there you go. So we've got the lemon juice in now. So we haven't got that much left to put in now, so we're going to start with the mixer next and get mixing. So the next ingredient is the butter, but remember we were leaving this till the last possible ingredient of the wet ingredients, so it's had a chance to cool down a bit, and it's no longer feeling that warm now, which is great. And then that's the last of the wet ingredients, and then you've just got your sugar and your flour left, and then you'll have your lemon drizzle cake mixture. Isn't that wonderful how quickly it all comes together? So pour it all in, and then stir in your melted butter, then it's sugar. I've already weighed it all out here. I'll also be posting this recipe in full over at kitchengadgetsclub.com, so if you want all the measurements to make this yourself, they're going to all be on there. And then pop in your flour. There we go. And then just keep mixing. And then go up the sides and you can get the bits incorporated. And then we're going up a level. And just like that, you have it mixed. So I'm just going to grab a wooden spoon to give it one final mix for any bits that the hand mixer didn't grab. And then just get your wooden spoon in there. Give it one last mix. You've got lemon drizzle cake batter. Isn't that amazing? How easy that was. So I've got these little silicone loaf pans. I picked them up from Lakeland ages ago and I absolutely love these. But unfortunately, I can't fit two side by side like that in the 15-in-1. But I can in my air fryer. So it's going to be a batch work kind of job. But it doesn't matter, does it? So grab out whatever you're using. You can also do one big red one if you prefer a cake look, or if you want to do loaves, do it like this. And then you can also follow our recipe that we're uploading onto Kitchen Gadgets Club, but you could half the mixture, and then that way you could just do one loaf if you'd rather. It's just totally up to you, whatever size you want. But silicone does work very well for your baking on steam bake in your Ninja, so just bear that in mind. Oh, look at how thick that batter is. Isn't it amazing? Now let's do the other one. But remember, if this makes a bigger one, you can always add a little bit more to the other one. So cooking pot out and ready. So what you need is you need some water because we're using the steam bake setting. I'm using 2.5 cups of water here, and then you want to pour them in. And then, of course, the lemon drizzle cake that you've already made the batter of needs to go in. So that's just how it sits in the cooking pot. And then what we recommend is, it can brown a bit too much on top depending on your personal taste, that for the last 5 minutes we recommend putting some foil on top. You know, but this is all personal preference, of course. So let's pop the lid down and get it on. So turn it on, And you're looking for the middle section for doing your lemon drizzle, and you're looking for steam bake. And then you want to take the temperature up to 180 Celsius, that's 360 Fahrenheit, and the cooking time to 20 minutes, and then press start. When you first got a multi-cooker, it's so hard understanding the times and temps and getting the food spot on and cooked perfectly. That's why we've made for you the multi-cooker cooking guide. It features all the main functions of the multi-cooker, from dehydrate to grill to steam roast to steam air fry, pressure cooking, and of course simple everyday air frying. It's perfect for lots of different types of multi-cookers, from Instant Pot users to Ninja Foodi users, Ninja Speedy, air fryer. Even if you've got a flex straw, it's just perfect for so many of them. You'll find the link below in the description, and you can pre-order it now. And now let's get back to the video. And we've beeped. So, shall we check on our lemon drizzle loaf? So far, well, I should say drizzle loaf, a lemon loaf. And I can show you what the browning's like. And what I've done with this one is I've just added the foil for the last 3 minutes, because then you can see the difference in the different levels of browning. So, shall we pop up the lid and take a look? Then remove your foil. And then this is what your lemon drizzle cake looks like. Oh, doesn't that look brilliant? And I love these silicones. Like I said, I got these from Lakeland. I love Lakeland. So grab it out, and then you can just lift it up at the bottom. And then look, that's what the bottom of it looks like. Doesn't it look amazing? It's got a lovely colouring on it. And can you believe it? It's just a 20-minute cook time. So you want to put that to one side, and then this is the other one we've made earlier, because we could only do one at a time, so this one was done first. And if you look at that one, we covered that slightly sooner, so it's not quite as brown underneath, but you can, from a feel, it just feels like perfect loaf cake. Look at that. So both of them I've done 20 minutes for. 20 minutes, 180 steam bake. But I covered this one with foil for the last 5 minutes to stop it over browning on top, and it looks like just traditional loaf cake, and the underneath of it looks fab, because I always get, what does the underneath look like? Has it cooked properly underneath? So that's your underneath. And then this one, the foil was added for the first 10 minutes and taken off for the last 10 minutes. And it's just slightly underdone to our liking underneath, but it's still fully cooked. And then you've got a bit of a weird looking crust on top because the foil had stuck to it a bit, but apart from that, it's lovely. So that's what it's like when you get your lemon drizzle cakes out. So now, shall we get some icing on them and serve them up? So I've got them out. Oh, I still can't believe how good they look. And grab yourself a jug as well for doing the drizzle. So start by adding your icing sugar into your jug. We've got 3 heaped tablespoons here, and then as well as that, about 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, and then just pour it in. Then wooden spoon out, and then we can start mixing it, because we want to make sure we get rid of all those lumps before we pour it on. And then you're wanting it to form a nice paste. So now that you've made it into a nice paste, like you can see there, you can start adding it on top of your little loaf. So you can use a wooden spoon and then just smear it about. And then you want to hit the edges, because then it will dribble down the sides. And then kind of aim to get it towards the edges, so you can do this. And then make sure you scrape the bowl best you can so you can get the last bits. Then you can just move it about a bit depending on how you like it. And then of course you can finish with some more lemon zest over the top of it. So that is the first one done. So that is how I kind of like it. I like the really, really thick icing on top with a bit of zest. But what if you prefer it the other way, like you can often get it in the restaurants and cafes in the UK? In that case, let's do that version, shall we? So for that, we're just going with 1 heaped tablespoon of icing sugar, about 2 teaspoons of the lemon juice, and then start mixing that together. Again, you want in a thinner paste this time instead of a nice thick one. And then because you want it quite thin, I'm just going to add in a little bit more of the lemon juice. Not a lot, because it's very easy to add too much. It's so easy to get impatient with it and add too much. Oh yeah, that's perfect. So if you look at that, that's your thinner one. And then pop yourself some holes in the top, because what you want is you want the drizzle to soak up into the bread. I'm calling it bread because it feels like that kind of texture, but I should say sponge really, shouldn't I? So I've done a few there. So again, and then this, because it's a thinner liquid, it's easier for it to drizzle around the sides, and you don't really need as much. You just want it to soak in and create a nice drizzle. And then zest the top of your second one. And there you have it. 2 lemon drizzle loaves. Perfect, ready for eating now. And 2 different ways with the icing. So it depends on how you prefer the drizzle on it. I think they both look amazing. And you can just slice into it and serve, and it's just amazing. So the question is, what are you going to make next using this method? And have you got some loaf pans yet? And what would you like us to make next for you? Thanks so much for watching our YouTube video. It feels so amazing that you've stuck around to the end. And of course, that must mean that you like our videos. So why not also follow us on social media? You can find us at the Kitchen Gadgets Club on Facebook and on Pinterest, TikTok. We're Kitchen Gadgets Club. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel for more great videos like this one. And you can also find us at kitchengadgetsclub.com, where we have a membership that shares brand new kitchen gadget recipes every week. And we also have lots of great ideas, resources, tips and tricks. And we are an ovenless kitchen, so we teach you exclusively how to cook with kitchen gadgets. And a ciao for now.